Hey guys, how's it going? Chad Rollins here. Hey, listen, I want to give a shout out to a few people. I have a 2006 Ford F-150 5.4 liter 3-valve Triton, and what was happening was when I would start my engine, I'd hear a really bad sound up front, and so thanks to Barry Transmission. Bruce Berry, thank you, by the way. I appreciate it. He's a good friend of my dad's, really good friend of the family's. At the last minute, he was able to actually bring my vehicle in and look at it immediately, and was able to give me a diagnosis, and told me that it was my tensioner was malfunctioning. So with that said, I was able to actually bring it home. At this point, I was actually didn't have a lot of money to spend, and I know I keep on saying actually and all that, so just bear with me here on that. But basically didn't have a lot of money, so I had about $1,000, and so that pretty much ate it up with all the kit to replace everything, and I had to buy some tools to make it possible. But the fact is after Bruce Berry helped me out, which by the way, he did not charge me a dime. He said, no problem, I just wanted to help you out. So thank you again, Bruce. And then there was BSG Automotive in Illinois. He does YouTube videos. It's the Ford Tech Malcolmo. And I just want to say thank you very much, man. You've been a tremendous help. I was able to watch your videos. There was like 4 parts, and I watched every one of them closely. I was able to skip actually taking the tool for the cam rollers and get them out. I was able to skip all that. Now, when I say that, making this video, I haven't actually turned the truck on yet, but I'm very confident that everything's going to be fine. We went over everything. We made sure that the cams were not moved, so everything's good there. Phil Dion, he's the next guy I want to give hats off to. Old co-worker of mine, good man. Came over here after working 12 hours today on twisting wrenches. He actually came over here late to help me out, and I want to say thank you very much, Phil. I appreciate that like you do not believe. It means a lot to me that after doing it all day, you could have very easily just blew it off, but you still came over here and you gave me a hand, and that was huge. Thank you. And I also want to give a shout out to Bobby Amos from Bob's Auto in Essex, Vermont. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. You guys have been helpful, giving me some feedback and trying to help me figure this mess out to begin with. And then I want to give a shout out to Ricky Rollins, my cousin Ricky. He gave me some information too. I called him up. I was like stressed out about it. I was afraid that I was gonna like screw my timing up. This truck is my baby, and I put a lot into it, and then it's got 140,000 miles on it. The next thing you know, I hear this knocking. So like, never done internal work before, done all the external stuff. I've dropped transmissions, I've done all sorts of things, but never got into an engine, and especially the timing. Never got into that because I always steered clear of it. So the first time was actually on my vehicle, and it was pretty much, once I started getting into it, it was like a point of no return. So it was like either it's a do or die. It's either what's gonna make or break me. I'm just starting off in my business as a handyman, by the way, and yeah, pretty much soaked me, but as long as this thing turns over tomorrow, it'll be great. And honestly, there's no reason for me to believe that it's not. I've overseen everything that's happened. I've done all the work practically myself, except for Phil Dion has actually had his hands, and my father, Chuck Rollins, by the way. My dad, Chuck, by the way. I want to give a shout out to him because, well, this is his garage, and I've made it a mess, as you can see. And not to mention, out in the driveway, I'll show you. As you can see, my truck there, you can see I've got this here. So honestly, dude, hats off to my father, Chuck Rollins. Thank you, man. I love you. I appreciate you being patient with me, and not to mention, he actually got underneath the hood and started helping me hold things and was letting me use his truck while mine was down. So that is huge. Thank you, Dad, for that. And I would say if I'm forever in your debt, but I'm going to take care of you ASAP. So I just wanted to thank everybody. And Greg Nolan, don't think I forgot about you. I know he stopped by, and although I didn't really need him at the time, he showed up when he said he was going to, and he was willing to give me a hand. And he has a shop here in town that if I couldn't do it in my driveway, that I could tow it down there and he would help me. So thank you, and I appreciate everybody. And tomorrow, once I get everything put back together now, all the timing's done, I just need to put everything back together, which should be pretty simple. So once I'm done, I will shoot a video and show you guys the results as I turn the thing over for the first time. I'd say stay tuned, but I don't want to sound too tacky. Thanks, guys, for all your help. Goodbye.